Hello everybody. Today we are going to revise another bacteria of gram positive cocci group you all know, which is Streptococcus. As you all know, Streptococci are gram positive cocci. They are the part of normal flora of humans and animals. And the most important in this group is Streptococcus pyogenes, which causes pyogenic infections, that is pus forming infections. It is also responsible for non-suppurative lesions like acute rheumatic fever and glomerulonephritis. Scientist Rosenbach in 1884 isolated the cocci from human suppurative lesions and gave them the name Streptococcus pyogenes. Now coming to the classification based on the hemolysis on blood agar, they are divided into aerobic and facultative anaerobic streptococci. Further, they are classified on the basis of their hemolytic properties. Broadly, they are alpha hemolytic, beta hemolytic, and gamma hemolytic. Alpha hemolytic streptococci produces greenish discoloration with partial hemolysis around the colonies. They are also known as Streptococcus viridans. Beta hemolytic streptococci, they produce a sharply defined, clear, colorless zone of hemolysis which is 2 to 4 millimeter wide, and the red blood cells are completely lysed. The gamma hemolytic streptococci generally produce no change in the medium, and this group includes the fecal streptococci, which is included in the Enterococcus group. Morphologically, they are spherical, oval, approximately 1 micron in diameter, arranged in chains, non-motile, non-sporing, and some of them have capsule composed of hyaluronic acid. Coming to the cultural characteristics, it is a aerobe, can be a facultative anaerobe, which grows best at temperature of 37 degrees centigrade. On blood agar, after incubation of 24 hours, the colonies are small, circular, semi-transparent, low convex, within the area of clear hemolysis around them, and the growth and hemolysis are promoted by 5 to 10% carbon dioxide. On liquid media such as glucose or serum broth, the growth occurs as a granular turbidity with a powdery deposit. Now coming to the biochemical reactions, they ferment several sugars producing acid but no gas. They are catalase negative and are not soluble in 10% bile, unlike pneumococci. The Streptococcus pyogenes is a delicate organism which is easily destroyed by heat at 54 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes. It is rapidly inactivated by antiseptics, and it is more resistant to crystal violet than many bacteria including Staphylococcus aureus. More susceptible to sulfonamides and many antibiotics. It produces several exotoxins and enzymes. It also produces two hemolysins, that is streptolysin O, which is oxygen labile, and streptolysin S, which is oxygen stable. Pathogenically, it causes suppurative lesions and non-suppurative lesions, which can be a sequel of post-streptococcal infection. Streptococcus pyogenes produces pyogenic infections, which has a tendency to spread locally along the lymphatics and through the bloodstream. In case of respiratory infection, it causes tonsillitis, pharyngitis, otitis media, which is the infection of middle ear, mastocytitis, quinsy, suppurative adenitis, and meningitis. It also causes skin and soft tissue infections like infections of wounds and burns, causing cellulitis. Also, skin infections include erysipelas and impetigo. The non-suppurative infections include acute rheumatic fever and post-streptococcal acute glomerulonephritis. In acute fever, essentially there is carditis, in which there is connective tissue degeneration of heart valves and inflammatory myocardial lesions. Now coming to the lab diagnosis, the specimens which are used for diagnosing it are throat swab, pus swab, and in case of rheumatic fever and glomerulonephritis, serum is collected for serology. Microscopically, it is confirmed by the presence of gram-positive cocci in chains, and it is indicative of streptococcal infection. On cultures, the specimen is inoculated on blood agar and is incubated at 37 degrees centigrade anaerobically or under 5 to 10% of carbon dioxide. Sheep blood agar is recommended for primary isolation, and serologically, the diagnosis of streptococcal infection is established by demonstrating a high level of antibody to the streptococcal toxin. Thank you.